What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another free play video. Today we're going to be talking some playoff baseball. Excited to get into it. If you're new to this channel and just discovering it, my name is Jeff. This is Lock and Cash Sports, and we do basically everything sports betting. Before I get into game 3 here between the Yankees and the Royals, which is a game that I'm going to be betting today, want to point out to you guys my NFL Week 6 preview video. If you tap up here on the link, it is now live. That's a video where I go through every single game on the NFL slate for week 6, give you guys picks, leans, situational angles that I'm seeing, market movement, and line prices and things like that, actionable prices that I would play on, things that I would stay away from, all that good stuff. So check that out if you're interested. Now, game 3, Yankees-Royals. Okay, this series is tied at 1 game apiece. And I think that what happened in those 2 games in the Bronx is kind of telling, in terms of where the series is going. So game 1, a little bit of high scoring game, right? The Yankees win 7-6. They had to win with their offense, which is kind of the way they prefer to win. And honestly, I wasn't necessarily surprised that Garrett Cole got hit a little bit. Maybe not to the extent. Maybe I didn't think he was going to get hit that hard, but I did expect him to give us some runs just because he hasn't, I think at this point we all know that he's not really the guy that the Yankees initially signed or the guy that he was in Houston, right? His stuff has dropped off a little bit. So I wasn't totally surprised by that. And the Yankees did a good job against Waka and against the Kansas City bullpen to keep themselves in that game. Game 2 was the game, and I didn't bet game 1. Game 2 was the game that I kind of thought the Royals were a little bit more live, but I ended up passing on them. I took the under instead, but I thought they'd be live because the Yankees were getting the lefty, Cole Reagans, which is their far weaker split. Okay, they're superior against right-handed pitching. And then, of course, Kansas City won a game that, in terms of game script, that's exactly how they want to win. They want to keep the game low scoring. They want to win with pitching. They want to generate runs on the base pass, etc. But even with that victory, I look back at that game, the Royals scored in 1 inning in that game. I put up a 4 spot. I think it was the 4th or 5th. And then they didn't score for the remainder of the game. So this is still an offense that's at a pretty big disadvantage in this series. And I think game 3 lines up really well for New York. You've got Clark Schmidt versus Seth Lugo. Yankees go with the decision to start Schmidt over Luis Gil. I actually think this is a sneaky good decision, even though I know people initially criticized Boone for it. You don't want to put a rookie, yes, he had a spectacular rookie season, but do you want to put a rookie on the mound in a playoff game on the road in that type of environment? I think it was too risky. I think he made the right move going with Schmidt, who's a little bit more experienced, a little bit more composed maybe on the mound. So, and here's the thing, either one of them would have matched up well, but Schmidt matches up really well with his pitch mix. And the Royals are really bad at home versus right-handed pitching. I mean, this is an offense that's below average in general. If you look at their splits versus left-handed pitching, they're right around league average, 15th or 16th in most categories. When you swap that over to right-handed pitching, they drop significantly. It is a bad team versus righties, and it gets worse at home. Since September 1st, the Royals at home are dead last in slugging, OPS, WRC plus, WOBA, just go through every metric. They're basically bottom 3 in most of them. And for the season, it's not much higher. It's like 25th, 26th. So this is a team that their lineup is not meant to face right-handed pitchers like they're getting today with Clark Schmidt. On the other side, the Yankees were the number 1 team versus right-handed pitching all season long. But the interesting thing to me when I dove into this is that it didn't change on the road. They were even better on the road versus righties. And the second team after them, which I believe was San Diego, there was kind of a decent gap. So the Yankees are really in their, best case scenario here today on the road against a right-handed pitcher. And I just think they're going to get to him. I think they're going to get to Lugo. They know him. They've hit against him before. Most of the guys have good history against him, especially Soto. I think they're going to get to Lugo today and turn this into the type of game they want it to be, which is a little bit more high scoring, not having to rely on fundamentals, base running, stealing, all this kind of. They want to hit, right? And I think they're going to be able to do that today. The bullpen was excellent in game 2. I think that's a good sign going over to game 3 on the road. And a lot of these times in these games, man, you just see the road team have an edge. I know home field advantage is big in certain sports. I don't think it's that huge in certain places in baseball. There are certain ballparks where it is bigger, but when you have such bad splits at home like this in this particular matchup, you're such a disadvantage. I kind of gotta think that counteracts the advantage of being at home a little bit. So this line's sitting at -115. No matter how much I tweak, I can't really get it to like below -135. I make it -140 really on average. If I were to tweak a few things, maybe drop it a few cents, but I can't get this to -115. I think this is going to rise before first pitch. So I already grabbed the Yankees. If you haven't figured it out yet, the pick is Yankees money line -115. I just think they're going to show up in this game. I think it's a bounce back spot for them. You get an opportunity to buy low on the far superior team, in my opinion. And if you're the Yankees, man, this is like you cannot be pushed to the brink. You got the Phillies coming off of the bye, right? Now facing elimination. Dodgers out of the bye, now facing elimination. What are you like? Cleveland's 1-1. They could be facing elimination after they play this game in Detroit today. We'll see. If you're the Yankees, I think this is a series where the bye team does not get pushed to the brink. All right, I think the Yankees could potentially win both of these games in Kansas City. We'll see. But man, you got to kind of look around. I know they're focused on your opponent, but if you're New York, you step back and you look around. If I get by Kansas City, I get Detroit or Cleveland. Man, the boogeyman Houston is gone. The divisional opponent Baltimore is gone. You got a nice path here to a World Series appearance, but it starts with this game. This is a massive, massive swing game in this series. The Yankees have to win it. And I think when you have teams that are objectively the better team in a good spot in their superior split while the other team is in their weaker split and they have to win it, it's like piling up on one side for me in this game. So Yankees money line, -115. Let me know down in the comments if you're going to tail this play or if you don't like it. And as always, I'll drop 2 deals for you down below. Thanks, guys, for watching. I'll see you on the next one.